somehow.
Oh yes, my Straight Talk family. Whenever you hear that theme song,
It's time for another edition of Straight Talk, and time for me to say good night to the world, because we are on the World Wide Web. We reach and we communicate with you in the Caucasian, Nevision, and Caribbean diaspora all around the globe. Well, we must first say a very pleasant night to St. Kitts and Nevis and to the entire Caribbean region, and to the Caucasian, Nevision, and Caribbean diaspora all around the globe. I say good night. I say good morning, and I also say good afternoon, because one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves. And for the first timers, I do get first timers each time, and I thank those who continue to share the link. Because when you do, we get first timers, and we welcome all our first timers. Trust and hope it would not be your last time. And for you first timers, just to inform you, put this in your diary, that Straight Talk is heard every Monday and Thursday from 8 to 10 in the PM. It's a public service program that facilitates and promotes free, underline free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. And on this program, we try to raise the level of national, regional, and international consciousness. We try to raise the level of national, regional, and international discourse by alerting all of our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liebert, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. And for you first-timers, be assured that absolutely nothing is watered down here on Straight Talk, neither by exaggeration or by omission. Straight Talk is not about sensationalism. Straight Talk is not about creating excitement, especially if that comes at the expense of accuracy, because we always thrive on presenting what I call the unvarnished truth, the plain truth, especially when it comes to governance, accountability, transparency, and all that goes with those things I just advanced. Whether in St. Kitts and Nevis or wherever you are in the world, because we are joined with people across the Federation. We are joined with people all across the world. Some we know very well, some we have met physically, some we have met spiritually. But whatever it is, we are a different people. And at times you may find yourself at variance with the truth that's advanced here on Straight Talk. And that's okay, because we entertain what I call a diversity of views. So we can facilitate disagreement. But please, do not disappoint me and start to become disagreeable. But let's thank Almighty God nonetheless in the meanwhile for helping us to understand, oh, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Let's therefore hope and pray for that day when we will all sing his praise together. So welcome again, my people, and thanks one more time for those who share the link. As you bring first timers, please continue to do so. I must also remind you and inform the first timers that Straight Talk is a participative program. By that I mean we include your calls and your emails. And if you're so minded calling, then the numbers are on your screens. If you are one who like what I call a cloak of anonymity, then we give you access via our email platform, and that address is also on your screens. But I must say a special welcome, which is an imperative, to my junior brigade, my straight talk junior brigade. They all listen up to hear their names. Some of you tell me, Patches or Mr. Straight Talk, as some of you say, why are you not hailing me up? I can't hail you unless I get parental guidance, parental authority, I should say. So ask your mom, ask your dad if it's okay for me to say hello to you. And if it's okay, then tell me. And you'll hear me say, Young Dwayne, Tristan, Jasmine, Shama, Kevin, Rue, Jamal, Travis, Travan. I got permission to call my grandson name. I will be in trouble if I don't. And I got permission to say Saraya, also Elizabeth. And I spoke to that special lady in St. Louis. Yes, she's doing well. I thought so. Pretty busy. But let me hail Carla in Sandy Point. Let me hail the Queen in Texas. Let me stop hailing my good friend Kalaikon's aunt. Somebody called your name today and asked me to say hello to you. I can't tell you who that is, some family of yours. But again, welcome. And we normally present our observations in review, and that's when we highlight some current issues, we do some reflection, we seek some clarification, and we establish what we have learned as a people, because it's all a learning process. And though not an observation, a plan, but it just came back to mind when I saw a former director of maritime affairs expressing his view today that the maritime department is so understaffed with a director, one inspector, and an administrative assistant. No wonder we're not hearing anything from the department in the context of a report. And I heard the Prime Minister talking some nonsense that because the lives were saved, it speaks volumes about the robustness of regulations. What nonsense, Prime Minister? We are fortunate that it was inside that port. Because if that was in the Narrows, God forbid. But we are thankful to God, and nonetheless. We start with on a sad note, my Straight Talk family. And the Newtown community is once again in mourning, having lost yet another one of its own. And I dare say, a relatively young brother, Devon Hutton, whose life ended, many would say, far too soon. Devon enjoyed life, I'm sure about that. But his passing is a painful reminder that life is truly precious and fragile. So to his parents, Yvonne Chumley and Kenneth Hutton, his sisters, family, friends, and all who knew him and loved him, I trust you may find strength in the love and support of those around you during this difficult time. May his memory live on in the hearts of everyone whose life he touched. May he rest in eternal peace, and may the entire Newtown community find comfort, healing, and hope in the days ahead. Sadly, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Sandy Point in particular, has lost another Calypso legend who has gone to the great beyond. And I make reference to the passing of King Starshield, who has left a profound void in the hearts of the people of Sandy Point, in particular, and the wider Federation. Starshield was a true son of the soil, and he was more, trust me, he was more than an entertainer. He was a cultural icon whose talent, whose wit, and commanding stage presence earned him the rare distinction of being both a road march and a calypso king. Starshield's music gave voice to the hopes, struggles, and celebrations of his people. And while his legacy helped to shape the rich cultural heritage of St. Kitts and Nevis, Starshield, my straight dog family, will...
For politics has its season, but prosperity has a price. And to build a progressive nation, I say we must pay with sacrifice. And the sacrifice of our leaders is to obey the one above, not to live for the love of power, but by the power of love. And the sacrifice of our people when every election done is come together and work with cooperation and change and stand up and build our nation. Yeah. It's time to uplift our nation and disregard all our differences in party affiliate.
You know, my straight dog family, I recall that performance, but just to say that legends like King Starshield never truly leave us. They live on in the melodies they created, the memories they inspired, and the generations they influenced. To his family, friends, fellow Calypsonians, and the people of Sandy Point in particular, we extend our deepest condolences, and may his legacy continue to inspire, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. And we speak of another legend who has gone to the great beyond, this time a sports legend, who 10 or 11 days before his 90th birthday, the world of cricket lost one of its greatest icons, and the people of the Caribbean, and in particular Barbados, mourned the passing of a true legend of the game. Sir Garfield Gary Sobers was his name. Was more than a cricketer. He was a symbol of excellence, pride, and inspiration for generations. With his extraordinary talent as a batsman, bowler, and fielder, he redefined what was possible on the cricket field and carried hopes and dreams of the West Indies with dignity and distinction. From the cricket grounds of Barbados to stadia across the world, so was his brilliance brought joy to millions and placed West Indies cricket, though decades ago, among the very best in international sport. The achievements of Gary Sobers, or Sir Gary, as he is affectionately known, were numerous.
Who's the greatest cricketer on earth or Mars? Anyone can tell you it's the great Sir Garfield Sobers. This handsome Barbadian lad really knows his work. Batting or bowling, he's the cricket king, no joke. 3 cheers for Captain Sobers.
For all its many changes, cricket hasn't yet been played on Mars. But as to this planet's greatest all-round player, there is universal agreement with the Mighty Sparrow's 1965 Calypso that it was Sir Garfield Sobers. These statistics compiled by this handsome Barbadian lad in a career that spanned 21 years are imposing enough. 93 tests, 8,032 runs, an average of 57.58, 26 centuries, 235 wickets, 109 catches, West Indies captain in 39 tests. He held Test cricket's highest score for 36 years and was the first player to hit 6 sixes in an over. Yet, all this does not tell the full story of this left-hander's extraordinary versatility or of the esteem in which he is held by his peers.
If you're going to pick a world side, I think the first name that you've got to put down is Garfield Sobers.
The difference between Bradman and the next best batsman, which is one of the more remarkable things in cricket, that we're not talking about Bradman and then the also-rans, we're talking about Bradman and the next best one. And there's this 40 average gap. It's huge. Well, I think there's the same gap between Sobers and the next best all-rounder.
And of course he could vary his game, he didn't mind whether he was attacking or defending. He was the complete master of the bat. Now, then you look at his bowling record and his fielding, and you add all that to his batting, and it's hard to find somebody to beat him.
Apart from being a great player, I don't think that I have run into a more unselfish person. He would give his last, and a great man, in my view.
You wanted to do things for this guy because he was such a likable person, and he had no airs and graces. He was just a captain that you would walk through walls for.
These were the qualities that made Garfield Sobers, now widely and affectionately known as Gary, his country's most revered and honoured sportsman. He was the second Barbadian cricketer to be knighted in 1975 by Queen Elizabeth II at a ceremony on the Garrison Savannah in Barbados, 10 years after Sparrow's prophetic calypso. In 1998, he was the only living person named among Barbados's 10 national heroes, elevating him to the title of the Right Excellent. A bronze statue of him stands outside Kensington Oval, scene of so many of his finest achievements.
And beyond the statistics and records was a gentleman whose humility, grace, and sportsmanship made him admired far beyond the boundary. He was a proud son of the Caribbean who inspired countless young cricketers to believe that greatness was within their reach. Straight Talk extend heartfelt condolences to his family, his friends, and all who loved and admired him. His legacy will forever remain alive in the hearts of cricket lovers everywhere. May this giant of West Indies cricket rest in eternal peace, knowing that his name will forever shine among the legends of world sport. And while still in sport, we have one observation tonight, and Straight Talk would extend congratulations to Spain, a country that has once again reached the summit of World Cup football, or world football, that should be, capturing its second FIFA World Cup title and adding another glorious chapter to its footballing history. And I do extend commiserations to all who have lost. Argentina fans, Brazilian fans, I'm one of them, English fans, French fans, all who have lost. But the victory marks a remarkable return to the top for a nation whose style of possession, technical brilliance, believe it or not, and tactical intelligence has inspired generations of players and fans around the world. My Straight Talk family.
It will be the job of Rodri. With his teammates behind him, they've been together for the better part of 2 months now here in North America. And they traveled from Atlanta to Guadalajara to LA to Dallas and here to New Jersey One final act of this incredible summer of soccer for Rodri to lift the trophy and for the celebrations to begin both here and overseas. And when Rodri's ready, here we go. Spain have won the World Cup.
And yes, my Straight Dog family, Spain now stands among the elite nations that have lifted football's most coveted prize multiple times, twice to be exact, securing its place in history as a true football powerhouse. The one I believe is in 2010, and now again, 16 years after, in 2026. And that's my only observation for tonight. Congrats to the Spaniards. Commiserations to all the Argentina fans and Brazilian fans. And we move right into our thesis for tonight, which I have titled, Who Really Killed the CBI Golden Goose? That's a question I put to you tonight, my Straight Dog family. I ask this simple question that every household in St. Kitts and Nevis must have asked aloud or may have quietly pondered. Who really killed the CBI Golden Goose? Who killed the program that should have transformed this small Twin Island Federation into one of the most economically successful countries in the Caribbean, and by extension in the world? Who killed the program that could have financed our schools, hospitals, roads, public housing, disaster recovery, debt reduction, and social development? Who killed the program, I ask, that once became the envy of the Caribbean and the model copied throughout the region? More importantly, I ask, was it one person, one administration, one decision? After all, it has been in existence for 42 years. Or was it the gradual erosion of confidence caused by years of inconsistent leadership, weak governance, poor policy choices, and the failure to recognize that trust, not passports, is the real product we sell? And yes, Terrence Drew, we sell passports. Tonight, let us examine the evidence, not through rumors, but through history, public records, official reports, and the lessons before us. And that is a difficult proposition, because to some, every prime minister has held this information to their chest, my Straight Dog family.
Now, what makes the matter worse is that despite the lack of information, the partisan secrecy that surrounds CBI, it has been there with Douglas, it was there with Timothy, and it is there with Dr. Drew. Everybody holds CBI information to their chest.
It's their secret. They hold it to their chest. As citizens, we have not been told how many economic citizens have been approved by each administration. How many? We don't know. As citizens, we are left to speculate. Terence Drew referred to it as being fragile. Instead of giving us the information, he plays his politics.
Madam Deputy Speaker, the CBI is very fragile. The other aspect of it is that we have to determine as a country that in this program, you offer citizenship. And we have to think as a country, how many citizenships are we going to offer? Would we offer to the point where the citizenship program brings in more citizens than our native population? That is the question to ask. So when I hear people from the other side, especially the member for number 7, talking about revive this and give that, he is the one who gave 5,500 passports for the prison project, which results in about applications, which results in about 25,000 citizens passports. Madam Deputy Speaker.
My God. Imagine that, my Straight Talk family. That's what he tells us now. But he holds everything to his chest. I was surprised as well that in Antigua, one of my favorite prime ministers, Gazi Dredd, does the same thing. No answers forthcoming. As Gazi Dredd was asked this by the opposition bench.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House, when was the most recent audit of the Citizenship by Investment Unit conducted by the Director of Audit or an audited firm approved by the Director of Audit? When? When was the last time?
I don't know. You can put it directly to the CIA unit.
And that's my last question, Mr. Speaker. Unacceptable. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Say you don't know. Exactly. If you don't know, say you don't know. That's my point. Say you don't know. You can't tell me that, say the country you don't know. You're the Minister of Finance. You should know. You should know. Oh, really? Okay. Put the question to the union. All right.
Imagine the Prime Minister saying to the opposition, you can't do nothing about it. And it's the same attitude right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. But my Straight Talk family, the birth of the Golden Goose dates back to 1984 right here in St. Kitts and Nevis, when we made history by becoming the first country in the world to establish a citizenship by investment program. Many doubted, many predicted failure. Many things were said about money laundering back then, with the former ambassador extra plenipotentiary, William V. Herbert. Instead, the program became one of the most innovative economic policies ever introduced by a small developing state. Even countries beyond the Caribbean develop investor citizenship or residence programs, some call it, inspired by the pioneering model established right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. It was our golden goose. And for decades, that golden goose laid egg after egg. But no golden goose can survive forever if confidence is lost. And when the sugar industry closed over the dead body of our second Prime Minister, Denzel Llewellyn Douglas, hope he's recovering well, more than 3 centuries we had this industry. The CBI program became one of the pillars supporting the nation's economic transition. The Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation, the SIDF. Though Douglas argued it was a private foundation, never put the money into the government treasury. And all monies collected by the government, by law, ought to be put into the consolidated fund of the Treasury. But the SIDF was established to help cushion the blow, to assist farmer sugar workers and channel investment into a new economic future. That's what it was all about.
I remember well what it was like when, as Prime Minister, I recognized that we would have to chart a stable and sustainable path forward once it became clear that the sugar agricultural economy and country could no longer be the mainstay of St. Kitts and Nevis. Those were quite tumultuous times globally. But I was determined to put in place the policies and the guardrails to ensure that, firstly, we established new avenues of economic activity and growth, whilst ensuring, secondly, that there was zero social upheaval, zero political instability, and zero domestic tumult. In fact, it is because of those concerns that we created what has now become famous as the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation, the SIDF.
Yes, the SIDF was established. The program evolved. The world changed. The international environment changed dramatically. Concerns about financial crime, sanctions evasion, money laundering, and national security became far more significant than they were 20 years ago. Major economies have increased scrutiny of investor citizenship programs. The European Union is one example that has repeatedly expressed concerns regarding citizenship by investment schemes and has warned that continued visa-free access depends on meeting its expectations for security, governance, and due diligence. The United Kingdom has already withdrawn visa-free access for St. Kitts Nevis passport holders. Ireland has taken similar action. So too in St. Lucia. Whether one agrees with those decisions or not, they reflect a hard reality. International confidence cannot be taken for granted, my people. It must be earned every single day. The politics of blame that bothers me. And during every election campaign, and one is due, coming up now, has already started. Political parties promise to clean up government. They promise transparency. They promise accountability. They promise better governance. They promise to restore confidence. Those are easy promises to make, as you can glean from the last 4 years of this Terence Michael Jew maladministration. They are much harder to fulfill. Every administration inherits challenges from its predecessor. People won't dispute that. And that is true everywhere. But every administration must also accept responsibility for the decisions it makes after taking office. Just a few days ago, I listened to Prime Minister Drew lying through his teeth when he said this.
On the CBI matter, it was mismanaged by the Timothy Harris-led administration. Bastardized. And I have said it over and over again. I didn't say certain things at the time because I said we need to clean up the program. And this is what happened. It is because under the former administration, they ignored the law, which said a minimum investment of US $175,000 per application. and they decided to implement a buyer meat seller policy in which our citizenship was undersold, particularly with the Team Unity Prison Project. This was illegal. It is illegal, and that is why all those who participated in this, we had 185 names. We have recouped our money if their due diligence was clean, and those who don't respond, actions will be taken, and if your diligence is affected, you will be out. This is a serious matter. I put out a statement sometime before that those who underbought administration for $15,000, as low as $15,000.
What Terrence Michael Drew never told us, my Straight Talk family, is that he spoke to someone called Philippe Martinez, who informed him and his entire cabinet about the fraud in the program. And he lied, my Straight Talk family.
Philippe, we're going to take care of you. We're going to give you the unit, but I already have the unit. Well, we're going to give you a little bit more unit, like that you can make bigger movies. Okay. What are you going to do to stop the fraud? I guarantee you, we are not processing the illegal fraud. And he said, Andrew told me, don't believe what you hear. People have a political agenda. We are not processing those illegal applications. You have my word on that. Remember, we bought the hotel and continue to invest because Drew told us that he was training up the program. What he didn't tell us, and what he always denied, him and Gus Wilkin, that they were processing the application of Galaxy at the fraudulent price, not at $175, at less than $100,000. And they denied it.
They lied. Drew lied. Drew never told us that he tried to dupe Philippe Martinez into selling him shares for the hotel. Drew never told us, my Straight Talk family, that his chief of staff, I call him the chief of staff, because when elections were over, you saw him making all the decisions. We saw him as the face of Labour. But he never told us that his chief of staff, Sylvester Anthony, was also informed about the fraud and money laundering, but bluntly refused to take action, my Straight Talk family.
After the election, I called, literally the next day, I called Sylvester Anthony. Now that's a name that's going to be very interesting. And I said, meet me at the Park Hyatt. Literally, they were celebrating, I think it was even the day that Drew was inaugurated. He came and I said, look, here's my phone, here are the documents. I want you to review with me the evidence that I have of corruption, fraud in the Citizenship by Investment Program. He said, no. I'm not going to blow $1 billion business because you have some evidence of fraud and corruption. He refused to look at the evidence.
Now, Anthony, don't forget, or you may recall, Sylvester Anthony became the chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Unit just after the change of administration, right after the change of government in 2022. But he resigned. He resigned following his failure to submit declarations under the IPL, the Integrity in Public Life legislation. Martinez also met with the Attorney General after the cabinet. But my straight talk family, Joe speaks of the 185 applications or contracts and is taking credit for something or information that was all part of the evidence submitted by MSR Limited with his filing of the judicial review. You recall that judicial review that the Attorney General Garth Lucifer Wilkin tried to strike out. But his attempted strikeout was unsuccessful. And this claim was heard by the learned judge. But they promised to recover the monies owed on these applications, my straight talk family. Yes, they did in fact wrote a letter. The letter was written to the persons that apparently were were underpaid or paid less than the legislated amount. And you can glean from the letter on your screens. We can read that together. Dear sirs, madam, you are granted citizenship of St. Christopher and Nevis pursuant to an application for citizenship based on an investment in an approved public good infrastructural project under the St. Christopher and Nevis Citizenship by Investment Regulation number 52 of 2011 as amended by the St. Christopher and Nevis Citizenship by Investment Amendment Regulation number 7 of 2022. The Ministry of National Security, Immigration and Citizenship of the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis has received an allegation along with supporting documents that is your client facilitation agreement with RIF Trust, Latitude, and other related documents, suggesting that despite the acknowledgement in your citizenship application that you were aware of the interview or the investment sum, beg your pardon, associated with your application, you invested less than the acknowledged and lawful investment unit, my straight dog family. But Joe didn't get this information on his own. This information came from MSR through Philippe Martinez. Philippe Martinez, who filed for a judicial review. But we will hear much more about that, my straight dog family. But MSR was struck off the program. Strange but true. And that derives the question, so why has to date Caribbean Galaxy not blacklisted? That's the question Terrence Drew must tell the country. But the test of leadership was conducted. And Terrence Michael Drew lied then, and now he is still lying. The Drew administration came to office promising a new beginning. The public expected greater openness, greater accountability, greater transparency. Many believed the fresh start would strengthen international confidence in our institutions. The question today is not whether expectations were high. The question is whether those expectations have been met. Has confidence increased? Has investment accelerated? Has the economy become diversified? Have new industries replaced declining CBI revenues? These are legitimate questions, my straight talk family. They deserve honest answers. And economist Peter Adrian described what he called the precipitous fall of CBI revenues as per the IMF report.
So the money collected from citizenship by investment or the sale of passport have been falling precipitously since 2023. And I got this information from the IMF. From 22 cents to the national dollar, that is its contribution in 2023, it dropped to 9 cents to the dollar in 2024. And it dropped to 5 cents to the dollar in 2025. That's the IMF report. In other words, basically, you can see the arithmetic. That does not need any big psychology, any big school about that. It was contributing 22 cents to every national dollar in 2023. Then in 2024, it went down, precipitously down, to 9 cents to a dollar. And by the time that the IMF did report, it was down to 5 cents. This is serious, man.
Serious, yes, my straight dog family. Seriousness. That's the situation with the CBI. Yet, there's a promise, or there are promises versus reality. The government has repeatedly stated that the economy is diversifying. You said this, my straight dog family.
I want to say that I'm very pleased with where we are going in terms of turning the corner and lessening our dependence on the CBI program. It was a strategy from the beginning that we adopted as a government in the sense that we are determined that we needed to diversify the economy.
And my straight dog family, every citizen hopes that is true. Every patriot wants agriculture, tourism, renewable energy, technology, manufacturing, education, and creative industries to flourish. But diversification cannot exist merely as a slogan. It must be visible. It must produce measurable investment. It must create sustainable employment. It must generate export earnings. It must expand the productive capacity of the nation. And when one major source of revenue dollars declines, another should already be growing. Otherwise, my straight talk family, diversification remains more aspiration than achievement. Terence Michael Drew said he diversified CBI and or the economy. Yet, in the case of the new Bastia High School, which is ironically funded through the CBI, it appears that the Terence Michael Drew administration has diversified the construction of the school itself by having approximately 75% of its manufacture in Barbados, or 75% of it being manufactured in Barbados before being shipped to St. Kitts for assembly. That decision raises an important public policy question. If the people of St. Kitts and Nevis are paying for a national school, why was so much of the construction value and the associated employment, manufacturing, and business opportunities created outside the Federation? A project of this magnitude should have generated work for local contractors, carpenters, welders, electricians, plumbers, suppliers, transport operators, and countless other small businesses. But the greatest irony of all is this. Instead of diversifying the economy, the government diversified the construction of the school, and with it, diversified the jobs, the manufacturing, and much of the economic benefit away from the people who are paying for the school. No wonder it was renamed by many the Barbados High School. The IMF, I mentioned, has observed that CBI revenues have declined significantly from earlier highs, resulting in the fiscal pressures facing St. Kitts and Nevis. That matters because budgets built around extraordinary revenues cannot be sustained when those revenues diminish. When revenue falls, governments face difficult choices. They borrow more, they spend less, increase taxes, delay projects, or reform. No country can permanently finance recurring expenditure with declining exceptional income. That is not politics, that's economics. But beyond the passport, my Street Dog family, the future cannot depend entirely upon selling citizenship, especially when Dr. Jew tells so many lies. He spoke about the number of passports. Yet, of the 25,000 passports, Terence Michael Jew signed 22,000 certificates of registration.
So when Timothy Harris, and God knows I have my issue with Timothy Harris, but when Timothy Harris says, Drew process most of those applications, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. Absolutely.
So you hear that for yourself, my Street Dog family. And Philippe Martinez also met with Garth Wilkin.
Went to the cabinet, and after that, we had a meeting with Garth Wilkin, with my American partners at his office, right? I can tell you what happened in the meeting very precisely. Mr. Attorney General, I'm here to file or to press, or whatever you call it in St. Kitts, criminal charges against Galaxy and Lescan. I have evidence that I would like you to review. I wasn't alone. We were with my American partners. But somehow, nobody wanted to look at our evidence.
Why, you ask yourselves? And that's why I ask tonight, who really killed the golden goose? Was it one government? Was it one opposition? Was it one developer? Was it one lawsuit? But the truth is, the golden goose was weakened whenever politics took precedence over policy. Whenever transparency yielded to opacity. Whenever institutions were treated as instruments of convenience rather than guardians of the public interest. Whenever governments failed to adapt to a rapidly changing international environment. Whenever long-term economic planning gave way to short-term political advantage. The lesson is larger than any one administration. No government should believe that success today guarantees success tomorrow. We need a new national compact. The answer is not despair. The answer is reform, my people. There's a choice before us. And history will judge every generation. It will ask whether we protected what previous generations built or whether we squandered it. The pioneers who established our CBI program handed us an extraordinary opportunity. The responsibility for preserving national credibility belongs to every government and every citizen. We cannot simply ask who inherited the golden goose. We must ask who cared for it, who strengthened it, who modernized it, who prepared the economy for the day when its golden eggs would become few. That is the true test of leadership. And my straight talk family tonight, in conclusion, we have asked a simple question. Not out of malice, but out of love for our country. Who really killed the CBI Golden Goose? The answer is not hidden in mystery. It is written in lost confidence, shrinking applications, inconsistent policies, poor leadership, and a failure to protect the reputation of the world's oldest citizenship by investment program. The Golden Goose did not die because of international competition. It did not die because of global politics alone. It did not die because other countries wanted what St. Kitts and Nevis pioneered. It died because confidence, the most valuable currency in investment, was allowed to disappear. Confidence cannot survive uncertainty. Confidence cannot survive mixed signals. Confidence cannot survive when rules appear to change with political winds. And confidence cannot survive when those entrusted to protect a national asset instead preside over it. But let me leave you with this truth, my straight talk family. A nation is not defined by one administration. A country is bigger than any prime minister. The story of St. Kitts and Nevis did not begin in 2022, and it will not end there. And so, when future generations ask what happened to the program that transformed a small Caribbean nation into a global pioneer, let them also remember that there came a moment when the people stood together and said, enough is enough. They chose renewal over decline. They chose responsible leadership over reckless experimentation, as we have seen coming from Terence Michael Jew and his band of incompetent experts. They chose to restore the confidence that the world once placed in St. Kitts and Nevis. And that is why the question must continue to echo across the nation until it is answered honestly, not by politicians, but by history itself. Who killed the CBI Golden Goose? History will answer. The people will judge. And the future of St. Kitts and Nevis will depend on whether we have the wisdom to ensure that no government ever again destroys what generations worked so hard to build. The question I need you to answer tonight, my Straight Talk family, be frank, be fearless. Tell us who really killed the CBI Golden Goose. That's my story tonight, and I am not going to change it. I will entertain your calls and your emails. I will open the lines momentarily, but I anticipate, my Straight Talk family, that you will respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned, and let us in the process strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. It's 6 past the 9 o'clock hour. I go straight to the lines and say good night to our first caller. Caller, you are live. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller? I thought I had a call. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller.
Good night, Mr. Liebert. I couldn't hear you. I just hear you now.
Okay, good night.
Show me a man that get rich by being a politician.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you a crook.
And I will show you a crook.
Yes.
Okay.
I repeat, show me a man that gets rich by being a politician, and I'll show you a crook. Have a great evening.
Have a great evening, my dear. I do apologize for that little glitch with my first phone call. But here's what. I think I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on. I have to merge this, my Straight Talk family. But let's see what's going on. I'll get to that. Yes, I'm coming to you, my dear PM. Yes. More connection setting. Yes, my Straight Talk family, it's 9:08 and the lines are open. I want to welcome your calls. See, I had a technical difficulty with that first call, but let's get it sorted out. Yes. Yes, I think I'm sorted out now. So, here's what. I'll go back to the lines and say good night to our other caller. Call you live. Hello, caller? Are you there, caller? Yes, caller. Hello, caller? Okay, caller, I was hearing you. What's going on with my connected to call? Yes, caller, you're live. Hello, caller? Are you there, caller? Yes, my brother. How about thou?
I'm fine, Mr. Patrick. And how are you, sir?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
I didn't get touch base you last week.
You didn't get to what?
No.
Are you okay?
This poor man cry. Psalm 37.
Fret not thyself.
This poor man cry. And the Lord heard him and delivered him of all his troubles. I will bless Psalm 34. I will bless the Lord all times. His praise shall continue in my mouth. My soul shall make a boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear it and be glad. O taste and see, the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusts in him. That is Psalm 107. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord for his good, for his mercy endured forever. It's let the redeemed of the Lord say so. We had redeemed from the hands of the enemy. Psalm 41, Mr. Patrick.
The road match.
Psalm 41. I will bless, this Lord help us. This poor man, blessed is a man that considereth the poor.
Yes.
In the time of trouble, the Lord shall deliver him. Psalm 91, Mr. Patterson. He that dwelleth
the secret place
in the secret place of the Most High
shall
abide on the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge, my fortress. In God will I trust.
Okay.
That is good night.
Good night, Mr. Bibleman. Always like welcome your spiritual interventions. We go straight back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Are you there, caller? Are you there, caller? Yes, Mr. Straight Talk. Abracadabra. Hello? Are you there, caller? What's going on with my lines tonight? Are you there, caller? Are you there, caller? Are you there, caller? Hello, caller?
Mr. Straight Talk.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, caller?
Mr. Straight Talk, how are you?
I am peaceful. Can you hear me?
I hearing you, but something is going on and I don't know what is going on, but you will get it through. How are you, my wonderful brother? Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Yes, we hear each other good. Mr. Straight Talk, I don't know what's going on with our wonderful Prime Minister, no? But I learned one thing from our quotation is that when you want something is good, you must do your best to fight for it and stand up strong and do whatever you got to do because it worth fighting for. So all I have to say is to you, just continue to do what you are doing. You are doing a wonderful job. So I don't want to keep up your line tonight. Something is going on with the phone. So just take care of yourself and I'll get back to you. See you when I see you. Abracadabra, something is wrong. I cannot hear you.
Okay. Yeah, we do apologize, my Straight Talk family, for our difficulties we're having here. I'm going to sort it out sooner rather than later. Here's what I'm going to have to restart my phones there, my Straight Talk family. But bear with me. I do apologize for our technical glitch here, and that's not your fault. I believe it's my end here. Let me see how this one goes. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller? Hello, caller? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, what's going on here? Can you hear me, caller?
Good evening, Patrice.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm giving thanks as usual. How are you?
I am peaceful. That sounds like the dimple lady. Yes.
Yes.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, let me tell you one more, you know. I got a lot of things on my mind, you know. Last week I listened to King Lawyer, and he was saying that Timothy Harris is telling people that they're selling passport. And that wasn't, he lied. He said he lied. He misleading people. He said he misleading people. And they ain't selling no passport. Well, I listened to the gentleman today. And the man say, yes, they do sell passport. So I would like now that King Lawyer to come back and tell the media what he mean when they say that they is not selling passport. And now the man described today that they're selling passport. I think that man then need to keep off the radio with he whatever he talk shows them or what that, because he's everything in there is live, and when the media house them ask him, he cannot give them a straight answer. There is a lot of lie behind it and what's not. And he need to keep off the radio and tell us the truth. Then he come back and tell us now what about the passport, because he said Timothy was misleading people. The next thing about it, I think he just speak to all of them politicians overseas, he just talk to them. Because I listen to Wholeness and right, and just what Wholeness was saying, that's the same thing he was saying. And listen the guy tonight up at Antigua. He's saying the same thing what them down here is saying. So I think they just have a talk at night. Mm-hmm. The talk at night, yes. The next thing I want to say, the first King Lawyer was sick right now. I wish him all the best. Get well soon and what's not. But at the same time, while he cooperating from his surgery, what he says he have, I will let him please to do a confess about the sugar workers' money, because I work in the crop all over the years, and I born with my father working in the crop, and he ain't give us none. He ain't give me and my father none. And so I really like him to cooperate well, and then think about the money what me and my father ain't get and working in the crop and what's not. But go ahead, I will be back. More.
Okay, thank you for your intervention, dear my Straight Talk family. Here's what, my Straight Talk family. You may for a moment not have access to the phones. I want to we will get your yes, Miss P. I know you want to see my face. Yes, my face is there now, right? Yes, my face is on the screen, Lady P. I was deliberate so that I can conceal certain things. My Straight Talk family, I am sorting out as we speak, and get your thoughts together. My telephones, I restarted. They're just booting up, so we're not gone, yes. Mr. P, I've got your message. I'll sort it out as soon as possible as well. Don't you worry. We'll sort everything out for everyone. We are here because we want to make sure that your voice is heard and your issues are all cleared up and made public. So worry not. I'm just rebooting here and make sure that everything is up and running. We're asking the question, who really killed the CBI Golden Goose? That's the question we're asking, and I'm sure that you will respond in time. And let me see. Yes, my dear, see that number coming up. Yes, just let me get this. You sorted out. We'll get you sorted out. Yes, as soon as our Bluetooth kicks up, and as soon as we appear here with the we appear here with everybody. Just bear with me, my Trade Talk family. Yes, just bear with me, can you? Oh my Bluetooth, yes. Yes. Yes, caller, can you hear me? Caller? Are you there, caller?
Good evening, Calicon Aunt. How are you?
Oh, yes, Calicon Aunt. You brought me some luck. We now sorted out. I am peaceful. Yourself?
Yes. I'm glad to hear that. And how is the family? Everybody good?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good, my dear.
Yes. I want you to take care of yourself.
Please,
that
yes.
I can hear your voice and I can see you.
Okay, my dear.
And,
I will.
And you think that you have to show.
Okay.
What I'm going to say, Mr. Lloyd, this country here, do you like how it's running?
Not at all. I wish you could have a change tomorrow. What do you think?
So, I wish you could have changed right now, tonight.
Well, so much the better.
That's right.
Things are not going to get any better. I'm really, really concerned, Things will get progressively worse.
That's right.
Really concerned.
This government, the one term in office, man, I tell you, they bring real corruption in this place. Real. I don't even know what to say, Mr. Lloyd, but everybody took mon and bagay feeling it right now. They bring poverty in this country, easy and cool. For the one term in office. Nothing is happening, nothing is doing it. Everybody feeling it right now. All mothers who have the kids now, right now on vacation, I sure they don't have the money to go buy school clothes for the children who when school open. I sure they don't have any money to go and buy school clothes for the children. This place getting worse and worse and harder under this government here. Mr. Harris speak to them and he told them not to put these people in there. But I pray and hope when did they come for he to ring that bell, they don't let them.
Okay, we seem to have lost our good lady as usual. I don't know why you keep dropping out like that, but let's go back to the lines. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, humble servant?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. So my both lines are up and running. I apologize for the difficulty we had. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Humble servant, thanks for that presentation once again that you have conveyed to me and the other listeners. We're looking forward Monday and Thursday each time. And you are so true and so right. From beginning, I believe every bit of Mr. Martinez's story. Yes, he was dragged through the mud, but I never lose confidence, no fake or phony, from my point of view. And I know the truth will have come to light when needs be and should needs be. Thank you, Brother Martinez. Now, let's get to the Prime Minister. They think that they are a higher quality than the rest of us. That's why they are treating the nation behind dark clouds. But the nation is not. Sassy are subject to those BS. And I don't understand if they don't get it. Stop those nonsense. Stop those BS. We all are grown up. But we could talk and talk or lament and lament. It doesn't mean anything to these people. What is the meaningful situation moving forward as we are waiting for? Is when the polls are in stance and steady, ready position for the citizens to come and cast their votes. And I hope all the listeners, all who intend to vote, and I'm asking those who did not intend to vote, get out, get up, and go and vote. It's your civic duty to secure your country moving forward. We cannot go back to these bad times, hard times, crying times, suffering time that this and these past government administration has done to us. Not because I'm not into St. Kitts right now. I am feeling the squeeze also because that's my country. And Kittitians and Nevisians are my people. So I cannot turn my back. And that's why I, along with others, are out here fighting to keep the struggle going. And we need those home to assist and participate in the struggle. Some of you stay behind the cloak of anonymity, but make sure when that day come, you go and you strike your check mark in the correct box to move these people once and for all and establish a new administration according to their promises. Yes, promises are comfort for fools. And if at any time you feel you are taking it for fools, get rid of them again. Get rid of me if I fool you. And we will find the right one by the grace of God one day. We must bring these hurters up for questioning, investigation, hoping there will be an interrogation and accountability. All those monies that the CBI generated, and it's so hard to see another dollar again. We need it back because karma is on its way to all those who hurt us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will stay right here and I will come again. That's my opening statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. One thing I should have mentioned earlier as well, and you just gave some kudos to Philippe Martinez. Some people call him the Elon Musk of the Caribbean. I can assure you that I, in fact, been to Washington on several occasions, or more than one occasion, I should say. And I can assure you that Philippe Martinez has some very powerful people behind him. I saw it with my own eyes, along with the evidence as well. But let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding caller your live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Patches, greetings.
Greetings, my brother. How art thou tonight?
I'm very good, and how are you?
I am peaceful. I am peaceful.
A very sound research thesis.
Thank you, my brother.
Very good. Whenever conflict arises between material and spiritual values, the conscience plays an important role. And anyone who suffers from a guilty conscience is never free from this problem until he makes peace with his conscience. Mr. Patches, you asked a question in your thesis. Who really killed the CBI Golden Goose?
True.
A very, very, very good question. And as the evidence unfolds, the citizens who we say we are Christian community. So, seeing that we live in a secular world, we always have to stand for the truth if we walk in righteousness. Because that's the only how our nation can survive, Mr. Patches. I say years back, every household should have gotten $1 million to be shared amongst that household. And that spending would go back within the country, within the economy.
Yes,
invest in people. It's about liberation. Mr. Patches, if the IMF is going to make a report to say the CBI revenues drop from 2023 to now 5%
of GDP.
Why you still finger pointing to say the unity administration?
Exactly.
Government is continuous, and if the IMF report always makes report on government, what it does, I mean, you got to take responsibility for that report.
Exactly.
You can't shut your hand at no one else to say it's somebody else.
Exactly.
And if Martinez is saying to the whole world some years back when you played the script with Martinez, and he pointed out that what Timothy Harris is saying is the truth. I, as a prime minister, would defend myself there, because here's it, Martinez is pointing him out. So I would have represented myself. Why must I continue to saying it's somebody else when a finger is pointing at me? I would have to testify to the country on that. Yeah, because that's very serious.
Damn it.
And and you played it again tonight, and until today, we haven't heard the representative of the country deny that or stand against nothing. So it leaves you to analyze for yourself, because as citizens we have to analyze before we digest.
True.
Otherwise we have ourselves in a lot of problems. So it's because Mr. Patches, you see, we say we are a society full of education. Why don't we publish things that our citizens to read? It to give light to everything. You need to say, well, we want to continue pointing to say, oh, it's this man, and the other man says, no, if the evidence is there, the citizens will always be clear to the mind to what they can say from the evidence they are seeing. That is why it's good to have independent people. When you hear Mr. Peter Agent say what he said concerning the IMF report, and then you read the IMF report for yourself, come on. Mr. Patches, you continue to stay strong, stay healthy. God bless.
God bless you as well, my brother. And my quotation for tonight from my quotationist across the Narrows, whom I've never met physically. We've met spiritually. But she always provides us with thought-provoking quotations, I call them. And tonight was no different. Show me a man that get rich by being a politician, and I will show you a crook. And like was on, you keep dropping out. You can call back. I don't know what's wrong with the telephone. But this message reads, our Prime Minister does really make us laugh with this email, especially when he sharing jokes with and around his hand-picked so-called round table water paper journalists. We all have now been accustomed to him to blame Harris for his political blunders and failures in his feeble attempt to run the country. His latest nonsensical blame of Harris came again last week at the so-called round table. He said Harris is the one who opened up the eyes of the European Union by saying that St. Kitts and Nevis are selling passports. And that is why they are closing down the CBI. However, Jew should come clean and straight and tell us that he, Jew, sold more St. Kitts Nevis passports than Timothy. And this is what Philip Martinez said.
So when Timothy Harris, and God knows I have my issue with Timothy Harris, but when Timothy Harris says, Drew process most of those applications, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. Absolutely.
And why he would say that about Timothy Harris? Because he's telling the truth, he said. And my Straight Dog family, as I said, I've been to Washington. And Philippe has a lot of powerful people behind him. He has a plethora, an abundance of information as well. Caller, you live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Library.
My dear.
Mr. Library.
Yes,
Click
my
on
dear.
ad.
Yes,
Something happened to you line now?
Well, I had some difficulties earlier, but you keep dropping out, though. I don't know why.
Yes. I don't know why.
You want to top up?
When this election you think is gonna come next year, this year?
I hope it's tomorrow. But the guy is constitution. On a serious note, it is constitutionally due next year.
Next year.
Next year. You know, he's afraid. But we need to get it out of the way. We need to. Are you there? Okay, your call just keeps dropping out. I don't know why. See, you're gone again. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller? Okay, we lost that call another time. I have someone on hold here. Can I get this off hold here? Are you there, caller? What's going on here with this call? Well, I'm a little novice with my phones tonight. What's going on here with my call? Oh, Lord, I missed that call. Caller, I apologize for that. Please call back. I had you on hold, and I inadvertently disconnected you. But the lines are open, my Straight Dog family. Forgive me for our technical difficulties I've had tonight. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Patrick.
So.
I called to tell you, it is not Psalm 37, it's Psalm 34. And verse 6, this poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and delivered and saved him from out all his trouble.
Okay.
I didn't want this thing go until next week. So I clear it up now. You hear me, Patrick?
Yes. 37 is fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Psalm 37 is fret not yourself because of evildoers.
That is so correct.
Neither against the workers of iniquity.
Iniquity, right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing up, Mr. Bible.
Yeah, all of it.
Thanks a lot. Mr. Bibleman mentioned Psalm 34, 37, but read a different psalm. I don't care what Labour, Jew, and Mark say or do. Read this email. I vote in Harris and Team Unity. To be honest, when Labour in power, the country get very poor and hard, and people don't have money to spend, like when Harris was in. We had surplus after surplus. Every year at Christmas, double salary and double pension. People look how them vagabonds trick us. Harris said he was going to increase to $500 to $1,000. The liars said no, that is not enough. So they will give us $1,500 instead. Well, I was one who believed them, and to Jew word and to Jew word was his man and voted for Labour, and think Jew's word was his man and voted for Labour. I think that should read. Only for them to win, then increase their salary before they even started to work and stop the little $500 I was getting as a supplement. And what angers me is to see that promises they made to give $1,000 never came to fruition. But the right for every night I regret I voted for plunders, liars, robbers and scamps. But me, never again reads this email. At 9:43, I'll take this other email here. Patches, I would like to know where the money came from for SIDF. The SIDF funds, our contributions are from investors. They had a contribution, I think originally it was $200,000 and you get yourself a passport. That's how it used to be. And then back then, the 10-man in one said it was a private contribution, a private foundation. So he never put the money into the treasury. That changed when Team Unity came into office. And Team Unity put every cent of the SIDF into the treasury. The ordinary people of the OECS and CARICOM can't be punished for what our leaders do, the crimes they commit. The state of the CIP or CBI and selling of passports. It's unfair. We all pay while others get rich. The countries with power should put the embargo on the leaders, family, and close associates. Civil society, bar association, chamber of commerce. They benefit from the scandals. Even when we the people try to change governments, they steal elections by bribery and manipulation. Results. Let's fight for justice. Sanction the leaders first. Reads this email. Very interesting perspective here. They should sanction the leaders and not the citizens of the country. That's something you can think about. That's novel. That's novel because the leaders make millions of dollars in the hundreds of millions, according to Philippe Martinez, who subpoenaed the bank accounts of some of these leaders. Good night, Mr. Liebert reads this email. I pray that and trust that all is well with you. Thank you. I guess it feels well. I trust the same with you. God has been good to me. I am peaceful, as I normally say. I'm at peace with my God. I'm at peace with myself. And I'm at peace with the world. It's 9:45. You may have just joined me. I had some difficulties with the telephones. So I'll take as many calls before we wind down or wrap up tonight's conversation. Because we are up and running with our telephones, as I said, now. And I apologize for the earlier technical difficulties we had. But tonight we looked at our thesis for tonight, which I titled, Who Really Killed the CBI Golden Egg? That's a question I asked, and I fully well understand the responses I get. Tonight, my Straight Dog family, that question is a simple one that every household in St. Kitts and Nevis must have either asked aloud or have quietly pondered. Who killed the CBI Golden Goose? Who killed the program that should be, or should have been transformed, or should have transformed, rather, our beautiful Twin Island Federation of 2 islands, 2 beautiful islands, and 1 paradise. It should have transformed us into one of the most economically successful countries in the Caribbean. Who killed the program that could have financed our schools, hospitals, roads, public housing, disaster recovery, debt reduction, and social development? Who killed the program is the question I ask, that once became the envy of the Caribbean and the model copied throughout the region? Or was it a gradual erosion of confidence caused by the last 4 years in particular of inconsistent, incompetent leadership, weak governance, poor policy choices, and the failure to recognize that trust, not passports, is the real product that we sell? We sell a product. Yes, we do. And it bears repeating that Philippe Martinez, 4 wonders. As I said, I'll repeat it. Philippe Martinez, they call him the heavy. He has some powerful people behind him, and he has a lot of information as well, a lot of evidence. I saw the evidence. A lot of it I can't speak about for obvious reasons. It's not my evidence. But Martinez told them this early o'clock.
I went to the cabinet, and after that, we had a meeting with Gus Wilkin, with my American partners, at his office, right? I can tell you what happened in the meeting very precisely. Mr. Attorney General, I'm here to file or to press, or whatever you call it in St. Kitts, criminal charges against Galaxy and Lescan. I have evidence that I would like you to review. I wasn't alone. We were with my American partners. But somehow, nobody wanted to look at our evidence.
And Philippe has some powerful American partners behind him. Caller, I thank you for holding your live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Straight Up.
My brother.
I think who killed the golden goose with the golden egg? Who was the go-between? The Prime Minister doesn't have nobody to go between. Okay. So he go between and he has other go between. So somebody has to go between and he don't put one. And he's the one that go between. So who left outstanding?
That's a whole mix up there. The go between,
Yes, because Nevis has a go-between.
Okay.
St. Kitts don't have a go-between.
Okay. So,
you got me?
So you believe that somebody in Nevis killed the golden goose?
Somebody in Nevis do that and know the choice on him because he has no go-between.
Okay, I got you, my brother.
All right. So that's what everybody look at people in St. Kitts, who is the go-between, and he ain't say nothing. But we know Nevis has a go-between, but St. Kitts ain't have a go-between. Okay. So everything fall on him.
St. Kitts have a go-between, but we don't know about it.
Yes.
Okay, that make a little more sense, don't you think? Okay, my
brother. All right, thank you so much. Abracadabra.
Good night, Patches. Read this email. What St. Kitts people balling for? Drew said elections can be bought. All them Jamaicans, Guyanese, and Spanish going put Labour back in power. And there's nothing we can do about it. St. Kitts people soft bad. Read this email. This one is short and to the point. The death of CBI, dishonesty, greed, corruption, reads this email. It's 9:52, my Straight Talk family. And as we wind down tonight's programming, we examine the evidence, not rumors, but through history, public records, official reports, and the lessons before us. And that is a difficult proposition because every prime minister held this information to their chest. And I remember, or I made mention of Gaston Brown himself, who refused to respond to the opposition in relation to their own CIP or CBI information.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House when was the most recent audit of the Citizenship by Investment Unit conducted by the Director of Audit or an audited firm approved by the Director of Audit? When? When was the last time?
I don't know. You can put it directly to the CIA unit.
And that's my last question, Mr. Speaker. Unacceptable. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Say you don't know. Exactly. If you don't know, say you don't know. That's my point. Say you don't know. You can't tell me that, say the Cal country you don't know. You're the Minister of Finance. You should know. You should know. Oh, really? Okay. Put the question to the union. All right.
Can't do nothing about it. But here in St. Kitts and Nevis as well, we have not been told how many economic citizens have been approved by each administration. As citizens, we are left to speculate. And now come Joe lying between his teeth with the nonsense he's speaking about CBI.
On the CBI matter, it was mismanaged by the Timothy Harris-led administration. Bastardized. And I have said it over and over again. I didn't say certain things at that time because I said we need to clean up the program. And this is what happened. It is because under the former administration, they ignored the law, which said a minimum investment of US $175,000 per application. And they decided to implement a buyer meet seller policy in which our citizenship was undersold, particularly with the Team Unity Prison Project. This was illegal. It is illegal, and that is why all those who participated in this, we had 185 names. We have recouped our money if their due diligence was clean, and those who don't respond, actions will be taken, and if your diligence affected, you will be out. This is a serious matter. I put out a statement sometime before that those who underbought administration for $15,000, as low as $15,000,
as low as $15,000, he claims. But the man went and signed all the CORs. He signed for the passports. So Terrence Michael Drew is an accessory to the crime. He indulged in criminal activity according to his own words, my Straight Dog family, because Philippe Martinez provided information, or MSR provided information to the court about those 185 applications. And though they tried to bury it, we are told that Terrence Michael Drew's signature was on over 22,000 applications.
So when Timothy Harris, and God knows I have my issue with Timothy Harris, But when Timothy Harris says, Drew process most of those applications, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. Absolutely.
Absolute truth. Imagine that. And you now come and telling lies. Caller, I thank you for holding your live. Hello, caller.
Yeah, Patches, man. Good evening. Yeah, Patches, good evening, man.
Good evening, my brother. How art thou?
Yeah, pretty good. The small nation that we are, violence, and all the money that collected with us in the CBI program since its inception, we should be in tip-top shape. No doubt about it. Patches, there's a saying. Teachers say, I think this is some lyrics in a Calypso song. Teachers say, if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. We say we are a Christian society, and we hear the lies every day from our politicians.
Every single day.
If these guys so think anything about them lines in that Calypso song, they will try to clean up their mess if they don't want to get down in that pit where the devil is with that red pitchfork and where the fire is blazing down there. It's not a good feeling when you drop into a fire pit, bro. The Prime Minister right now, he just got a lot of talk. The man is in love with Timothy Harris. This man sounds like Trump getting at Biden every day and Obama. He probably have a special suite in his head for Timothy Harris. Timothy Harris is probably up in there relaxing, either smoking a cigar or drinking some nice fine wine and relaxing on a plush bed. This man got to get past that, man. Your favorite words. He's running the country looking in the rearview mirror.
Exactly.
Me personally, Patches, I believe Dr. Drew is a weak leader.
The weakest we ever had.
The man cannot even say up to this day whether destiny is coming or not, whether he's gonna sign off on it or not. And he got them documents down there embossed there on his desk for these months, from since last year, December. So he's gonna let the wranglings between Sinkis and Nevis come back.
Yep.
Imagine that. And that's not where we need to be at this point. The man can't even say he is gonna sign or not sign. And he probably won't do it either. Man, if he don't do it, I wish the people can look at that and just remove them out of these offices. When the passport was undersold, he so claimed it was criminal, but they still went on with the criminality.
He signed all of them.
Yep.
Signed all of them.
Welcome. Yep. And the numbers, with no transparency.
Right.
Patches, man, welcome to the USA. They don't want to give us the transparency down on the ground, but we got the information here.
Mm-hmm. True.
We know what's going on in Sinkis and Nevis firsthand. Nobody can tell me this BS about, we need to be down here on the ground to see how life is down here in SKM. That is some BS. This is social media time. Man, I damn near can look right in your house right now, Patches, from here. We know that thing they call Google Earth, bro. I can watch and see what's going on in the ferry terminal every day. We got the facts and the stats out here on what's going on, not only in Sinkis News, but around the world. Uncle Sam is not playing that SHIT. And like you said, there's some strong, big people behind this man, Philip Martinez. These guys, they are not playing. Uncle Sam, they ain't playing. They are coming back to control the Western Hemisphere. They are coming back for our lands. All we're doing right now is just wrangling amongst ourselves, fighting and carrying on, dragging down each other, cussing each other. This party politics thing, it got the place in a mess. A man don't even want to come off the party line, not even for a minute, a second, when he know his party is messing up. But this goose, the golden goose, man, the golden goose is tired, man. He done laid, the golden goose is tired. She probably done laid enough golden eggs. He can't lay no more golden eggs. So SKN is in a financial situation, and the people must not be fooled. This thing is going to get worse. The Prime Minister said there was a lot of investors offshore, just anchored off in the woods to the past there, waiting for the queue for them to come ashore.
Yeah,
Where are those investors at?
4 years now.
4 years now. He said that the previous administration was putting all the eggs in one basket and, utilizing the CBI to run the economy. But we see what has happened now with the CBI program. This stuff is not a joke. It's not a fake. This shit is for real. And the people that are on the ground for 1 minute think that this is fake and this is not real. They got to understand this is something real that's happening. And we going to feel the squeeze. We're feeling the squeeze already. And we, the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, going to pay for all the mismanagement of our money by all of these prime ministers. Patches, it ain't one person from the diaspora is responsible for the position St. Kitts and Nevis is in today. All of the leaders, prior leaders, all of the politicians down there underground, they are responsible for the position St. Kitts and Nevis is in right now. And all we can do is just wrangle amongst ourselves.
Yep.
But in the meanwhile, the rich white folks are coming back and they are taking over St. Kitts and Nevis right in front of our eyes. And the politicians, them, are facilitating it.
Yep. Sad.
Man, the golden goose laid enough golden eggs where we should be tip-top shape. We should be the pride of the Caribbean and the Western Hemisphere. As small as we are, with all that money we had, our society should be in tip-top shape and the quality of life of our people should be lifted. Instead, we are going down the wrong path and we're going in the wrong direction.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this lastly, it's going to get worse and we will lose St. Kitts and Nevis if we don't come off of this track we're on right now. Thanks a lot, Patches, man. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot. And I do fully agree with you. Our program became one of the most innovative economic policies ever introduced by a small island development state. Even countries beyond the Caribbean developed investor citizenship or residence programs inspired by the pioneering model established here in St. Kitts and Nevis. As I said, it was our golden goose. For decades, that golden goose laid egg after egg. But no golden goose can survive forever if confidence is lost. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yes, Mr. Liban, Calicon, and
yes, you got back in, yes.
That gentleman from the state, he's so correct. He is so right. What we gonna do in this country here, on this government here? Huh? One load of things, this man hiding, one load of lies he kept in to the media, to everybody in this country, and they must believe what he say and swallow what he say. He and the cabal them need to pack up and leave government headquarters. Think it's not getting no better underneath them, think it's getting worse. That means if the busman them, sometimes you see the bus them going on the road, scared to anybody in them, scared to anybody can pass the road. When Mr. Harris was in, things was okay. And every how we speak about Mr. Harris. Eh? Mr. Harris is not in power. He is in power. He's supposed to be able to see the country going good and make people feel happy in the country. But he only talking about Jamaica and when them Guyana people and all kind of people come talk about put them back in power. Where part they gonna put them back in? Eh? He ain't no good, he mad. He a madman. He's a madman but the Jamaica them and the Guyana them come put him back inside there. That's why you let them in here? That's why you bring them in here. Huh? He better go to sleep and wake up and smell the coffee because whenever he ready to ring the bell there, he cobble them gonna get the backside or the inside there. Thinking people get fed up by him, they don't want him anymore. He's a liar. You have a wonderful night, Mr. Liebert.
Have a wonderful night as well, my dear lady. And yes, we have had enough of the politics of blame, this blame game. You said, above all things, he diversified the economy. Which economy?
I want to say that I'm very pleased with where we are going in terms of turning the corner and lessening our dependence on the CBI program. It was a strategy from the beginning that we adopted as a government in the sense that we are determined that we needed to diversify the economy.
Imagine, Prime Minister Terence Joe said he diversified CBI under the economy. Yet, in the case of the new Basti High School, which is ironically funded through the CBI, it seems as though the Terence Michael Drew administration diversified the construction of the school. What's the economy? Carlo, I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Yeah, Patches, that was the last point I wanted to make, man. You know, the Prime Minister can try to fake people out all he wants. But you see those reports that guy Peter Adrian is analyzing every afternoon? He cannot lie to the people. Man, when you listen to that guy Peter Adrian in the Afternoon of Freedom, the man has analyzed all of those IMF reports. For all of those years, this government is inside. Patches, the diversification where he's talking about, we cannot be fooled. The economy is not diversified at all or enough. And lastly, I got some good information, Patches, last week, Thursday night, from a prominent politician on the ground. Like I tell you, I get this first-hand information. You see how the CBI fall down in St. Kitts Nevis? And the dependency, what you talk about, has now put St. Kitts and Nevis in a financial crunch. And all what this administration is going to do, they're going to scramble. And we're going to watch this. We're going to watch this Juliet administration scramble. Patches, imagine the CBI fell from, what was that, like 22 to 5% GDP, right?
Yep.
And under Nevis, and correct me if I'm wrong, Patches, and under Nevis end, I understand that 55% is budgeted in the last budget. The money from the CBI is budgeted on Nevis for 55% of the budget. And we just got to analyze and keep listening closely. Man, these guys are all failures and they're faking out the people. Hardship and more hardship is ahead if we don't come off of this direction that we on.
Okay.
We got to come off of this projection.
Yes, sir.
Patches, thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot for your contribution. The greatest irony of all of this, though, and this lady in business just sent me a message and said it is true. The message reads, business, we are doing less than quarter of business now. But I was going to say in conclusion that the irony of all of this, instead of diversifying the economy, Terence Michael Drew, in fact, diversified the construction of the Basti High School. And with it, he diversified the jobs. the manufacturing and much of the economic benefit away from the people who are paying for the school. He diversified this away from us, the taxpayers. No wonder it was renamed by many the Barbados High School. But in conclusion, my Straight Talk family, beyond the passport, the future cannot depend entirely upon citizenship or selling citizenship. Every serious economist understands that the real wealth of a nation lies in its people. I'm going to give you 10 seconds since you've been calling all the time. Caller?
I've been calling all the time, believe it or not.
Yes, every time I try to reach it, you hang up. You hang up. Yeah.
Because I hear you guys talk, so I decide now I ain't going to wait.
Okay, quickly then.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Let's not forget again. I heard one of the journalists ask King Lawyer how much money he get for the thing they were coming from overseas, the people them that come in. And he said that he ain't getting no pay it because there are certain things have to go in. If they're sick, that have to meet in the money. So he ain't make no decision of how much money he getting. And I know that he is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. Because you notice certain things, he ain't walk with the paper them. He had to send somebody go think them and what's not and whatever. He's a lawyer. That man they sleep lawyer. He talk lawyer. He eat lawyer. He drive lawyer. He beard lawyer. And he put on his clothes lawyer. No, where are we going with he? He bringing down the country. Too much lie now, man. We need to stop that man there with the lot of lies.
Okay.
You have a pleasant night, you hear me?
Have a pleasant night.
See you Thursday, God spare life.
God spare life, my dear. That's where we're going to end it with our calls tonight. That's Straight Talk family. And I like that. They sleep lie, eat lie. What else lie? They do everything lie. And fits right into my quotation from the quotationist across the Narrows, a good lady. Show me a man that get rich by being a politician, and I will show you a crook. And in conclusion tonight, my Straight Talk family, we have asked a simple question, not out of malice, but out of love for our beloved country of St. Kitts and Nevis. And the question, who really killed the CBI golden goose? The answer from our interactions tonight is that hidden in mystery, it is written in lost confidence, shrinking CBI applications, inconsistent policies, poor leadership, and a failure to protect the reputation of the world's oldest citizenship by investment program. You try to lay claim for the 185 applications. Hell no. It was MSR through Philippe Martinez that filed those applications along with their judicial claim. That's where they came from. But they blacklisted MSR. You confess. This was his confession about the CBI and, according to him, the prison project.
On the CBI matter, it was mismanaged by the Timothy Harris-led administration. Bastardized. And I have said it over and over again. I didn't say certain things at that time because I said we need to clean up the program. And this is what happened. It is because under the former administration, They ignored the law, which said a minimum investment of US $175,000 per application. And they decided to implement a buyer meet seller policy in which our citizenship was undersold, particularly with the Team Unity Prison Project. This was illegal. It is illegal, and that is why all those who participated in this, we had 185 names. We have recouped our money if their due diligence was clean, and those who don't respond, actions will be taken, and if your diligence is affected, you will be out. This is a serious matter. I put out a statement sometime before that those who underbar administration for $15,000, as low as $15,000,
as low as $15,000, he claimed, my straight dog family. But the fact of the matter is that Terrence Michael Drew was an accessory to the illegality, the crime, because he signed 22,000 applications, 22,000 CORs. The man is such a liar. But the Golden Goose did not die because of international competition. It did not die because of global politics alone. It did not die because other countries wanted what St. Kitts and Nevis pioneered. It died because of liars like Terrence Michael Drew. Lie, they call him. He signed. And he turned around and blacklisted MSR. Why didn't he blacklist Caribbean Galaxy? But lots of things are coming. Because as I said before, I'll say it in parting. Philippe Martinez has some strong backing behind him. Wait, and time will tell. That's all I can tell you tonight, my straight dog family. I was in Washington, and Martinez has some very powerful people behind him. He has an abundance of information, accounts. I went through his telephone, which he gave me, and he has some evidence documented. A nation is not defined by one administration. That's the truth. This truth I'm going to leave you with. A country is bigger than any prime minister. The story of SKN, St. Kitts and Nevis, did not begin in 2022, and it will not end there. They chose irresponsible leadership and we get reckless experimentation. They chose to restore the confidence that the world once placed St. Kitts and Nevis. Let's choose that. And that is why the question must continue to echo across this federation until it is answered honestly, not by politicians, but by history itself. Who really killed the CBI Golden Goose? History will answer. The people will judge. And the future of St. Kitts and Nevis will depend on whether we have the wisdom to ensure that no government ever again destroys what generations work so hard for. I asked you, and you answered. And you told me, in no uncertain terms, that Terrence Michael July and his cabinet of incompetent experts really killed the CBI golden goose. And that's my story tonight, and I am not going to change it. I want to thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight, as always. I want to thank you, the many viewers. Some of you just listen. There are those of you who called, those who sent emails. Remember, all of you are the ones who make Straight Talk. And for that reason, I say a big thank you. Until we connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk, be good to yourselves and to all whom you meet. And remember that whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve. But first of all, you got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. And my Straight Talk family, keep moving on. Bye-bye. Until we connect on Thursday.
The morning, I thank God for the morning light. Give Him thanks and praises for taking